So, hello, namaskar to the chemistry lovers and doctors and engineers of near future. मैं विजय कुमार सोनी आपका स्वागत करता हूं जस्ट एज अ केमिस्ट्री वाला चैनल से। हम सबसे पहले जैसा कि हमारा वादा था हम स्टार्ट करेंगे पर्टिकुलर नीट आईआईटी और प्लस क्लास 11 और 12 के रिगार्डिंग केमिस्ट्री की बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स। तो सबसे पहले इस कड़ी में शुरुआत करने जा रहा हूं आज आपके सामने एक छोटा सा और इम्पॉर्टेंट चैप्टर जिसकी हर एक वीडियो आपको कंटिन्यूसली टॉपिक वाइज मिलेगी। The name of chapter is too simple and very important chapter, that is the coordination chemistry. सबसे पहले बात करें coordination chemistry की, तो ये particular आपको inorganic chemistry से मिलता है chapter number 9. The name of chapter is your coordination chemistry. Coordination chemistry और ये particular belong करता है आपके पास में class 12th से। This is the 12th standard. 12th standard से belong करता है and the name of chapter is your coordination chemistry. The sequential number is 9. If I'll go with the just first of all the topic, the important की particular who is the father of coordination chemistry, then father of coordination chemistry is father of coordination chemistry. Father of coordination chemistry is your Alfred Werner. Alfred Werner, who also proposed Werner's theory. Werner theory को propose किया था आपने in the form just regarding to the bonding in complex compound or salts also. First of all, we'll go what is the meaning of salt. Means salt का mean क्या होता है? Doctors and lovers, just what is the meaning of salt? लो स्टैंडर्ड से पढ़ के आए हम लोग कि किसी भी एसिड को बेस के साथ में ट्रीट करवाएंगे उस रिएक्शन को हम न्यूट्रलाइजेशन रिएक्शन कहते हैं एंड जस्ट न्यूट्रलाइजेशन रिएक्शन गिव्स यू द सॉल्ट. सो दिस इज द सॉल्ट. वी कैन से दैट substances which forms by neutralization reaction, those are known as just your salt. If we'll go with the further what is the basic property of salt, then we can say that salt dissociates into their constituted ions during molten and solution state. Molten and solution state मीन्स पर्टिकुलर आपने अगर इनको वाटर में डिसॉल्व किया और इनको मेल्ट कर दिया, फ्यूज कर दिया, तो अपने कॉन्स्टिट्यूटेड आयंस में डिसोशिएट हो जाएंगे. एंड सेकंड थिंग एंड ऑल्सो गिव्स देयर टेस्ट also. Their test also means वो अपनी टेस्ट भी देते अपनी प्रेजेंस का. For example, if we'll go with the salt, then this is the NH4Cl. NH4Cl, it's a salt of strong acid and weak base. No doubt, its nature will be due to formation of the strong acid and base. Its nature will be acidic. It dissociates in the constituted ions like NH4 plus and Cl minus. The presence of NH4 plus can be detected by the addition of base in that kind of the salt, and by heating here will release of a pungent gas of NH3 with the formation of H2. So we have determined is the presence of ammonium salt because release of NH3 will be from only this ammonium ion. If we go with the presence of chloride, then we can add just AgNO3 in the aqueous solution of just Cl minus or just that kind of the salt as a NH4Cl. So its Ag plus reacts with the Cl minus to give the white PPT of AgCl. This is the white PPT of AgCl. So what we can say that particular substances which formed by neutralization reaction. Second, just you can say these dissociate into their constituted ions during molten and solution state, and also give their test also like this. This is the best example. So this was about the introductory part regarding to salt. If we'll go with the further, then this is the types of salt. Types of salt. If we'll go with the types of salt, then there are three types of the salt. First is your, you can say, simple salt. This is also called as common salt also. Common salt. If you will go with the another salt, then that is the double salt. This is the double salt. And another third is your complex salt. So what we can say that there are three types of the salt: simple, double and complex salt. So this was about the types of salt. Is that clear? Note it down. Salt or common salt. This is the common salt. What is the meaning of simple salt and common salt? This is the one of the test tube, suppose, and this is the another test tube. It exists acid, it exists base. If I mix them directly, then it will formation of just your simple salt or common salt. So what is that? We can say salt which forms by direct neutralization reaction. Those are known as, just we can say, simple salt. This also dissociates into their constituted ions during molten and solution state. Molten and solution state means particular water में dissolve किया और या इनको fuse कर दिया तो अपने constituted ions में dissociate होंगे, and this also gives the test of the presence of those ions. If we'll go with the example of common salt, we can take as a NaCl. This is the best example, also called as table salt or eatable salt. Sodium chloride. If we'll go with the another example, then that is your NH4Cl. This is called as ammonium chloride. If we'll go with the another common salt, then we can take the example of Na2CO3, sodium carbonate. If I'll go with the another important example, just NH4 whole 2 CO3, then it is known as ammonium carbonate. If we go with the nature, then we can say these are also acidic, basic and neutral in nature. Means particular simple salt exists acidic, basic as well as neutral nature. What is the meaning of why they are the acidic, basic and neutral in nature? Because of on the formation of the salt. If the salt is made up of just, you can say, strong acid and strong base like NaCl, or weak acid and weak base, then they will as a neutral salt. Neutral salt, neither acidic nor basic. This is the again neutral salt. On the basis of formation of the salt, strong acid and strong base, the salt made up of weak acid and weak base, they will as a neutral. While if there any one is strong, because of here in NH4Cl, acid is strong, base is weak, so it will be acidic salt. And if you will go with the sodium carbonate, then it made up of weak acid and strong base. That's why it will be basic in nature. So chemistry lovers, मैं आपसे एक बात कहना चाहूँ particular. तो सिंपल सॉल्ट के लिए एक ही खास बात है कि इनको डायरेक्ट न्यूट्रलाइजेशन रिएक्शन के थ्रू बना सकते हैं, प्लस वो अपने कंस्टिट्यूएंट आयंस में डिसोसिएट होंगे ड्यूरिंग मॉल्टन और सॉल्यूशन स्टेट, एंड सेकंड थर्ड इज योर जस्ट उनकी नेचर, एसिडिक हो सकती है, बेसिक हो सकती है और न्यूट्रल भी हो सकती है ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ जस्ट फॉर्मेशन, कि वो उनका फॉर्मेशन कैसे हो रहा है। बिकॉज ऑफ केमिस्ट्री में आपके पास में 4 टाइप के मीन्स 2 टाइप ऑफ द ईच एसिड और बेस के टाइप होंगे, लाइक स्ट्रॉन्ग एसिड एंड वीक एसिड, जस्ट स्ट्रॉन्ग बेस एंड वीक बेस। अगर दोनों स्ट्रॉन्ग हैं तो आपके पास में न्यूट्रल होगा, दोनों वीक है तो भी न्यूट्रल सॉल्ट होगा। बट एनी वन इज स्ट्रॉन्ग, acid is strong, base is weak, then salt will be acidic, and base is strong, acid is weak, then salt will be just basic. So this was about the just simple salt or common salt. Now I would like to go with the double salt. This is the double salt. It's very important because of it's a double salt. We can say that salt which are made up of two simple salts, two simple salts, those are known as double salts. We can say that what will be the important thing, these also dissociates into their constituted ions same, because these are the salt, तो अपने constituted ions में तो dissociate होंगे, so also dissociates into their constituted ions and gives their test also. So this one about the double salt, means constitution of two simple salt, means made up of two simple salt, and one thing is important, these also dissociate into their constituted ions during molten and solution state. So here I am writing during molten and solution state. This was about the just double salt. We'll take in the next slide as an example. Is that clear? Note it down. Now the time to discuss about the examples of double salt. So if we go with the examples of double salt, then first of all we can take, this is the carnallite. The formula of carnallite is your K2, this is the KCl, sorry, this is the MgCl2 and this is the 6 of S2. Here 6 of S2 as a crystalline water. And you can see this is the constitution of two simple salts, KCl, potassium chloride and magnesium chloride. Due to having salt first and salt second, these are the two salt, single salt, simple salt, or just you can say common salt, and it's a constitution of two common salt, that's why it's a double salt. Whenever you will go with a test, means on dissolving water, it gives the test of potassium K plus, Cl minus chloride and presence of Mg plus 2. तीनों का टेस्ट देगा आपको, मीन्स जिन आयन से मिलके बना हुआ है कंस्टिट्यूटेड आयन्स में डिसोसिएट होकर उनका टेस्ट भी देगा. नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू गो सेकंड एग्जांपल. दिस इज योर, यू कैन से पोटैश एलम. Potash, this is the alum. If you will go with the potash alum, then the formula is your K2SO4 dot Al2SO4 whole thrice dot 24H2O. Again, this is the crystalline water, and here is the two simple salt. And due to having two simple salt, salt first, salt second, it's a double salt. the example third, that is very important. It is called as ferrous ammonium sulfate. This is the ferrous ammonium sulfate. In short, it is also called as FAS, which is also used in the redox titration regarding to this FAS versus KMnO4. For the 12th standard, it is also important. Ferrous ammonium sulfate or FAS, it is also called as Morse salt. Morse salt. This was the just third example. If we'll go with the formula, then this is the FeSO4 dot NH4 whole 2 SO4. This is the just again your dot 6S2O. You can see here is just presence of simple salt, that's why it's a double salt. Same regarding to cyanolite, potash alum also gives the test of potassium, aluminium and sulfate also, SO4 2 minus. If you will go with the FAS, then it also gives the test of Fe plus 2, SO4 2 minus, and just you can say NH4 plus also. This was about the just three important example regarding to ferrous ammonium sulfate as a just double salt. If we can go with the fourth important example, then we can take the example of chrome alum. This is the chrome alum. If we go with the chrome alum, then the formula is your K2SO4. This is the Cr2SO4 whole thrice dot 24S2O. This is the 24S2. Again you can see here is the simple salt, and due to constitution of two simple salt, it is called as double salt. And it also gives the test of K plus, Cr plus 3 and SO4 2 minus. As you can say cation and anion की फॉर्म में टेस्ट देगा, मीन्स एज एसिडिक रेडिकल एंड बेसिक रेडिकल की फॉर्म में टेस्ट देगा, जो कि हम सॉल्ट डिटर्मिनेशन के दौरान यूज भी करते हैं. सो दिस वाज अबाउट द जस्ट डबल सॉल्ट. नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू गो विद द थर्ड इंपॉर्टेंट टाइप, दैट इज द कॉम्प्लेक्स सॉल्ट. This is the complex salt. If we'll go with the complex salt, then we'll take the example of just K4 FeCN whole 6. K4 FeCN whole 6. If we'll go with this salt, then it should be just dissociate into their constitutive ions like this, 4K plus. This is the Fe plus 2. And this is the 6Cn minus. इस टाइप से इसका dissociation होना चाहिए, but it's not, because of if we go with the structure, then it will dissociate in 4 of K plus, and this is your FeCN whole 6 4 minus. मीन्स यहाँ एक सिंपल आयन और एक कॉम्प्लेक्स आयन जो कि फर्दर अपने कंस्टिट्यूट आयन्स Fe plus 2 और Cn minus में डिसोसिएट ना होकर एज इट इज हो कॉम्प्लेक्स फॉर्म में रहे, दोज आर नोन एज कॉम्प्लेक्स आयन. और कॉम्प्लेक्स आयन का जो सॉल्ट फॉर्मेशन करते हैं, दोज आर नोन एज जस्ट कॉम्प्लेक्स सॉल्ट. सो व्हाट वी कैन से दैट जस्ट सॉल्ट which gives complex ion during dissociation state, you can say during molten or solution state, those are known as just complex salt, and this gives only complex ion during the dissociation. If we go with the another example, then we can say this is the another example, CuNH3 whole 4 SO4. So this is the another example of the just complex salt. Dear student, particular if we can't just define about the complex salt, then you can say complex salt की खास पहचान होती है कि ये स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट से इनमें कुछ पार्ट एनक्लोज होगा like this and like this, potassium cyanide, and this is the tetraamine copper second sulfate. तो इनका पहचान करने का स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट होगा बाकी फर्दर नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में डिस्कस करेंगे। सो दिस वाज अबाउट द सॉल्ट एंड द टाइप्स। इसी तरह से बने रहिए मेरे साथ। मैं जस्ट केमिस्ट्री वाला विजय कुमार सोनी आपको हर एक प्रॉब्लम के रिगार्डिंग, हर एक केमिस्ट्री का एक एक टॉपिक बहुत ही लीनियंट लैंग्वेज में रिप्रेजेंट करता रहूँगा, एक्सप्लेन करता रहूँगा। इसी विश्वास के साथ थैंक यू, धन्यवाद, शुक्रिया।